expressed are those of the hosts and not WPSL or WSTU or exp Realty. And any reproduction will be taken care of
Really?
by the big folks in the back.
Gotta be afraid of those big folks.
Have big sticks back there.
Ooh,
Oh.
that's scary.
Good morning, folks.
Good
How
morning.
are you?
Good morning. Good morning.
Doing well. It's
So
Monday.
how was your week?
Good.
It was a good busy week. Hopefully, I finally found a couple of rental properties that I've been looking for clients.
Good.
It's hard to do that. It's very hard to do that.
There are as few rentals available for the season as there are homes on the market. So it's really
Wow.
difficult and frustrating. Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes.
A lot of the people that used to rent are actually permanent now, so they don't want to rent their bedrooms out. So
Right. Or else they have sold to somebody who's using what used to be a rental property is now been sold to a new buyer, and the new buyer is not going to rent it anymore.
right.
We had a neighbor who was since passed, and her house was on the market for one day.
Yep.
One day.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
it's like, you have got to be kidding.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some are sold before they even get put on the MLS. They know they're going to be sold as soon as
Sure.
they put it on there.
Oh
So,
yeah, I had a seller contact me last week to get their house listed, and he said, the only reason I'm coming to see you is because my neighbor told me he had 3 different couples who were interested in moving into the neighborhood, but I told him I was selling my house and he hasn't gotten back to me. So,
Whoa.
but that's what's happening. That's what's happening a lot is neighbor to neighbor, things like that,
Well, and
besides everything else.
well, and I think we talked about it last week was one of our neighbors came to us and asked if we were going to stay where we are.
They wanted
It-
family in there. Yeah.
Yes, from Long Island.
Yeah.
Yes.
They said that they had 2 relatives that were going to move and they liked the area in St. Lucie West. Yeah.
Well, let me tell you a horror story about a neighbor who, in my opinion, it's not a very neighborly thing to do, but then to some people, it's all about the pocketbook, Lady passed away. Her children are in another state, so she had property here in Florida. 3-bedroom, 2-bath house on an 1.5 acres. Neighbor contacted the relatives and said, that house really isn't worth anything, and we would like to expand our property, so we'll pay you cash and get it closed very quickly.
Oh boy.
And so they sold it to him. This was 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms on an 1.5 acres. And I don't care where you are in Florida, it's worth more than $60,000.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's
The dirt is more than that.
So
Yeah.
everybody out there listening, you need to consult a realtor before you do something like that, because they just gave a whole lot of money away.
away. Yeah, you need a market analysis for sure to
Yeah.
compare to the other properties. around.
And we do that complimentary. So there's no reason why you wouldn't contact a realtor to get a market analysis.
Yeah.
All right, Lou from White City, you are on with Eileen and Paula. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning. How are you, Lou?
Right.
Oh, I can't hear him.
Go ahead, Lou.
I'm right.
You're rocking. Good. Can you speak up just a bit?
Well, I just turned my speakerphone off. Hope that's better.
Actually, I can't hear you hardly at
Yeah,
all.
I can barely.
Yeah, it's very quiet.
Well, I'll call back then.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, he's get on a landline, Lou, if there is such a thing anymore.
Just
Yeah.
a few.
The voice sounds familiar.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So hopefully he'll call back.
He's a swap shop regular.
Yeah, really. I thought the voice sounded familiar. I was listening to Swap Shop this morning. That was fun with the guys on there filling in for Cliff.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's always chaotic around here when we're subbing for Cliff. You know,
People don't realize how much he does for that show and how good he is at doing it.
yes, yeah. There's no doubt about it. Let's see. I think this
Is Lou again?
maybe Lou again.
Let's
Okay.
try again.
Hey, Lou.
Hey, Lou, are you there?
How about that?
Oh, it's
very
still
quiet.
really quiet.
You are still real low. Go ahead.
All right, then I'll talk up loud. How's that?
That's better.
That's a little better. We got you at about minus 90. But go ahead.
What can we help you with, Lou?
Been looking for a house for my mother and father there. They're on the West Coast. They're too far away from us. They're 90 years old. We're trying to get a place for them over here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's a long drive to go over to the West Coast.
Yeah, it is. It's 4 hours. But,
Yep.
We're trying to get them over here. We can't seem to find a thing for them to live in.
Well, the market is really, the market is moving very quickly because the inventory is so low. But if you want to give me your phone number, I can call you after the show and we can see what we can do to help you out.
Well, I'll see what I can do, but there's just nothing out there. Nothing. We're trying to, with these communities, and they go instant,
Yeah.
Yeah, they do very fast.
very fast. Okay, well, thank you very much for your time. You take it easy.
All right. Thanks, Lou.
Yeah. And actually, I think we've got his number from Swap Shop. So
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
we'll give that to you as well. And
And that's a story that we hear often, our
Oh, I'll bet,
parents
yeah.
are elderly and we need them closer. And so that's what they want to do. Yeah.
It's tough to find spots that mine came to live with me, so that helps. But it's still even a difficult situation at times.
Yes.
Just she can't hear, we can't hear. Everybody's like back and forth, and so it is kind of tough. But thank God she's close. That makes a
Well,
difference.
And with certain sellers nowadays, because of the COVID scare again, there are a lot of sellers that don't want people traipsing through what they call traipsing through their
Oh,
house
yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
So
open
Yeah.
houses.
right.
Yeah.
So we have one that is available to show, but not on the open market right now because of that, because these are elderly owners and they are concerned about COVID and so, and
And
this is
rightfully
not
so,
the
by the way.
first,
Yeah,
right. This is
yeah.
not the first call that I've heard about things like that. So, if you are out there and if you are looking for a property and you can't find what you're looking for, we do have other avenues to search for something for you besides the multi-list. So
Now you do
let us
do
know.
virtual tours of
Absolutely,
homes, right?
yes.
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 Can definitely do that. And a lot of people, if they like I went into a home where they ask us to put booties on our shoes and wash, clean our hands and wear masks, and we can do all those things as well. And then the homeowners open their doors for you, like their closet doors and things like that. So you don't have to touch
Right. You're not touching a lot of
anything,
surfaces.
right?
Yes.
It's surfaces. So it makes it a lot easier to do it that way.
Right.
So we're able to do that and more than happy to do that as
Yes.
well.
And we
So-
can do FaceTime tours also while we're in the house.
Yeah, I've done that for
Wow.
a couple of people that are up north, not here, but they were here, but they had to go home. They're still looking. And so we'll do those kinds of things in video for them and FaceTime with them.
Isn't it amazing what the pandemic has done technologically for us? Well, like when people go to our YouTube page sometime during the week, you guys will be there and you're basically Zooming. You're not going anywhere, but you're
No.
recording in the Zoom machine. And that's what folks are going to be able to see.
Right.
on the
Right.
YouTube. So it's
Well, the
like,
funny thing is, a lot of this technology was already there, but it wasn't being used the way
Correct.
it's being used now. And so many of those things came into popularity because we had to learn to think outside the box.
Right.
And, you know, how can we keep doing business when we have to keep everybody safe? So,
a lot of television news organizations were using it for years. And it was just like, okay, you know, it was an emergency type of thing.
Easy transition for you though.
But now, I mean, there, especially some of the larger broadcast groups, their buildings are shut down.
mhm.
Wow.
I mean, this is unusual where we really have all three facilities are open.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
amazing too. Yeah.
Well, I remember a few weeks ago when we had Mark Pease on, he said that the Tallahassee state offices, most of them are still working from home.
Makes no difference because they don't do anything anyway. No.
We're gonna be in
Who
trouble.
said that? Oh. Now, are you still looking to grow your My Dream Home team?
Absolutely. We are always open to agents who, especially if they have a neighborhood they want to specialize in. We're happy to help them with their marketing. If there are agents or brokers out there who are thinking about retiring, all of your years of work are certainly worth something. So call us and we can help you make a plan.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah.
And
And you're
and-
going to reach us either on, you can call or text 772-200-5105. You can send us an email to mydreamhometeam@yahoo.com. And our website is www.mydreamhomeusa.com.
and you are part of the gigantic MLS as well.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The MLS that we belong to is one of the largest in the country, and I think the second largest in the state of Florida. It covers most of the East Coast of Florida and some inland areas beyond that, covers many counties. And that's the reason I joined that MLS, is because I could get more for my money, basically more coverage for my sellers, access more, because we also share information with other MLS systems, smaller MLS systems. And so it was it was a better business decision all the way around. And EXP belongs to virtually every MLS system in the state. So anybody who is worried that we could not work with them as far as an agent because they belong to another MLS system, that's not a problem. We can certainly do that.
By the way, our prayers go out to the folks in New Orleans and
Oh my goodness.
surrounding areas.
That's a shame.
Crazy hurricane. That,
Yes. Actually, I did hear this morning driving in here, though, that there were over 1 million people without power, and now that number is under 1 million. So they're actually, in some areas, they are able to start restoring power.
Florida Power and Light sent hundreds of crews in
I can
Yes.
last
imagine.
night.
Yeah.
And first
And-
responders also, I heard
Yes.
they
Oh,
left
yeah.
yesterday on their way there.
And I saw on Facebook this morning that Fort Pierce Utilities is sending crews over there as well. Well, you know, the mutual aid,
Oh yeah.
and
Absolutely.
we've all been through it here.
Oh my gosh,
Absolutely.
yes.
We-
And thank goodness they do that, because, you know, those people come and help us when we need help.
Sure.
So we should go and help them.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's one of those things where if you do have power and you're listening in the Gulf area, stay home, please. I think the big thing that the one sheriff was talking about, and we remember this from 2004 and 2005, going back out on the streets right after the storm.
It's not
It-
good.
Guess what? A lot of flat tires, because a lot of roofing nails and other stuff that may be in the streets.
Oh, I mean,
Right.
just you know, just tree debris alone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you never know when there's a down line
Oh,
that is
yeah.
still
That's the other
active,
thing.
even so
Right.
we
That's
don't
the
have
other
it.
thing.
Yeah.
And those
Very
vans are still
dangerous.
going through.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now they were talking about an area by Destin. Well, uh, the place where we go to play the state tournament in Niceville is right next to Destin.
Wow.
So they got, and thank goodness that is a FEMA center there on the campus of Northwest Florida. But that's awful. I mean, it's just,
Yeah, I have a cousin in Destin, so I'm going to be texting her when I leave today to
Oh,
make sure
boy.
that they're okay.
hopefully they've got power.
Right.
Wow. Yeah. So it's,
Well, I know how miserable that is. I had like a half an hour of no air conditioning in my car. I thought I was going to die. I can't imagine to go days without it. Yikes.
oh, brother.
I
Yeah.
feel for them.
Well, but no,
You know,
I
90
mean,
degrees. That's what I heard
Holy
a
moly.
weathercaster saying this morning in New Orleans. It's still summertime, August
Oh.
in New Orleans. So
Oh,
that means
yeah.
90 degrees and high humidity and no air conditioning.
And
so-
miserable.
and
Yeah.
unlike here, New Orleans is a lot like Houston, where the air does not move. It's like,
No.
it's,
breeze.
oh, there is no breeze
Yeah.
at
Right.
all.
That's
Oh,
sad.
Yeah.
I feel for them for sure.
Well, when we get
When I-
those westerlies into here,
Not comfortable.
oh, brother.
And
Too
you know, I tell people all the time, the advantage that we have over the West Coast is we have that nice trade wind
Yes,
off
always.
of the ocean all the time. And people really don't understand that until they come and experience it.
It's true. It's
Yeah.
very true.
Yeah. It's wild.
So
So,
So
I
I brought-
see.
I
You've
brought
got-
a lot of stats today.
Boy, you've got them.
I did. I thought it'd be kind of fun to compare some things. But before we do that, I just wanted to let everybody know, because sometimes I think people don't realize how interested realtors are in their communities and how involved they are. We just completed the annual convention and trade show for Florida Realtors. It was in Orlando last week. So you could go in person or you could attend virtually. And these are some of the things that they discussed, which we do on a regular basis at this convention. That's what it's for. It's to give us most up-to-date information, and so that we have, and we also have input into the different subjects also. So there were fantastic discussions, and this is reported from our Public Policy Committee. They used the Florida's chief financial officer, who is Jimmy Petronas,
Good guy. Yeah.
and he spoke to the group about Florida's excellent financial outlook. The problems surrounding the affordability of the property insurance, that was a big discussion. And the tragedy and complexities involved in the Surfside building collapse.
Oh,
Which I have to tell you, I have another article that I was going to talk about maybe next week. That was a tragedy, and it made people much more aware, I think, of making sure that these beautiful tall buildings stay in good condition. But the market for oceanfront property is still very strong.
I'm sure it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and not only in Florida, but any place where you can live on the ocean, it's always going to be attractive to a certain number of people.
I like being close to it, but I'm not sure
Oh, I
I'll
do
be
too.
that close, but
Yeah.
but it's a
Um,
beautiful place.
And they also had very in-depth discussions with the Army Corps of Engineers about the future water distribution for Lake Okeechobee.
Oh,
So
That's a big topic for sure.
yeah,
and a topic that has been swept under the
The
rug,
rug for a
for
long,
decades.
right.
Well-
It's, I hate to say it, but the Corps of Engineers is real good at that. There were studies in World War II about Lake Pontchartrain in New Orleans. And we were there for the Olympic Festival in 1983. And they came out with this study that Lake Pontchartrain cannot handle this. And obviously we saw during Katrina,
Right.
they couldn't handle it. Thank goodness they made improvements.
Right. Yeah. And the thing is, I think, when you do the research and when you do your studies, that's the information that you have right then. It doesn't necessarily mean you made bad decisions, although I don't know why anybody would think that they could build a city below sea level that close to the water. That just blows my mind. Anyway, they had the best information available to them then to make those decisions. It's like anything else. As your information increases and as you experience new things, you're going to gather new information. And does it necessarily mean that those people back then were wrong? No, it means that now we know more than they knew then. Because
You may be right,
obviously,
yep.
after Katrina, they made necessary reconstruction to their, I forget what they call them.
The whole dike
levees.
system.
Yeah, the dike
Levees and
system
dikes,
thing,
yeah.
the
Levees,
levees,
yeah.
which held this time. And this was almost a category 5 again, they said. So obviously they've learned more since then, and they've done more to improve the conditions to be able to withstand these big storms.
Can you imagine the Weather Channel last night had stories on how the winds were so high that the Mississippi River
I know
was flowing the
the
other
opposite
way.
direction.
Opposite direction. Yeah.
I know.
That's bizarre.
How does that happen?
Well, and what I heard
Well-
this morning was that's like the first time that's ever happened,
Yeah.
or the first
I
time
just-
anybody it's knows that it happened. And the Mississippi River, I mean, that's not a little drink of water.
Oh, no,
for
no,
sure.
no. Amazing stuff. Absolutely amazing. So was your convention well attended?
Well, no, I mean, I've been there before when it was so crowded, you just couldn't move. So obviously it wasn't like that now, but this is the second year now where we've been able to attend virtually as well. So overall attendance is always very good.
See, our broadcasters convention at the same hotel was canceled for what is it, October, I guess.
Well, it was
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
We didn't have it at all. I mean, we had it virtually last year, but there was nothing in person. And EXP has a big
Shareholders.
annual meeting there also, which
Oh.
had been canceled
I'm
before
sure.
because of, so many things have.
Yeah.
Well, and again, I think maybe we're learning more things and more ways to stay safe with COVID. It's just an evolution process. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all you
yeah,
can say about
no
it.
doubt about it.
Right.
So you've got numbers and more
Well,
numbers.
and I thought this was kind of cool because what I did is, remember, I'm also licensed in Michigan, a licensed real estate broker in Michigan. So I brought some Michigan numbers with me as well, just to make a few
Since you were just
comparisons.
there.
Do they have a real estate market?
Hey,
Michigan? Oh.
watch it.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely. Do you know there is a county outside of Detroit that per capita is one of the richest counties in the country?
What's the town?
I would have to be
Well,
outside
it
Detroit.
wouldn't- No, I'm not giving you a town name.
There, no, I'm
County.
I'm thinking our old television station in Detroit was Channel 2, and I can't think of
Oh,
the
really?
name of the town, but yeah, it was a very wealthy area where the
Yeah,
television
well, that's
station
Oakland
was.
County. Wayne County is the county that Detroit is in. Oakland County is the northeast county adjacent to Wayne County.
And there's a college, Oakland College there. Is
Oakland
that right?
Community College, which is now Oakland University, which
Yes.
is where my granddaughter's attending.
Okay,
Yeah. Oh, that campus is completely you-
totally different.
Oh, you wouldn't even,
Transformed, huh?
you would not even recognize anything about it except probably Meadowbrook.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, it is just grown so much. Yes.
Cool. Yeah, we played Oakland College, as a matter of fact.
When we went to Michigan, that's been, a lot of years ago. I'm not saying how many. My youngest son, that's why I went to celebrate his birthday. And
Uh-huh.
he was born in Michigan. Right after we moved there, he was born in Michigan. So that's how long ago it's been. Anyway, things have just changed so much. And that was my first experience with dirt roads, because dirt roads are all over Michigan, unpaved roads.
No way.
Yes.
Really?
You never heard that before?
No, no.
Oh, yeah. Unpaved roads. And not just out in the country. I mean, there are a few
I
that
thought that was
are,
a Florida thing.
nope.
No,
There
that's
are
in
a
Missouri
few
too, I can
that
tell you
are,
that.
even in the more populated areas that are still unpaved.
Wow,
Wow, I didn't
Yes.
know that.
Yes.
that's amazing.
When you see the back of somebody's vehicle, you can always tell if they live on a paved road or a dirt road.
No, and you're right.
Just
yes.
like here, when you look at the back of
Sure.
some, you can tell if they live on a sandy road or
The telltale
a
signs.
paved
Yeah.
road, right? So let's just take Port St. Lucie as an example. So these are local stats for Port St. Lucie. We don't have the August ones yet. They won't be coming out until next month. But these were, and this is 2020 compared to 2021 for the month of July. I may have done these before, but these are the numbers that I have, July to July. So I thought I would compare. And while typically Florida's big months are winter months,
Our season, what used to be a season.
Right.
Yeah, that
well,
makes,
typically the buying season in Michigan is just the opposite. It's the summer months, because sometimes the winters are so harsh that we don't do a lot of business
You
in the
can't move.
winter in Michigan.
too many restricting clothing.
I love to layer.
Yeah, really.
So single family homes in Port St. Lucie for the month of July. In 2020, there were 497 sold, and in 2021, there were 441 sold.
Wow. Okay.
But price difference, this is
This is gonna be good.
average sales price. Average sales price in July of 2020 was roughly 271,000. And in July 2021, roughly 342,000.
Oh my God.
Wow, close to $100,000 difference.
Yepers.
That's
Oh
amazing.
my. Okay.
Yepers.
Yikes.
Closed sales. And the only reason the sale number is down in July of 2021 as compared to 2020 is because we don't have the inventory.
Right.
Which
We
you've
could-
been saying for a year.
We
Yeah,
could sell twice this if we had them available. So condos in Port St. Lucie in 2020, there were 48 that were sold. And in 2021, there were 58 that were sold. The price difference is the average sales price in July of 2020, as far as condos, was about 170,000, which for some, I mean, anyway, so in 2021, the average sales price for condos in St. Lucie, Port St. Lucie, were 205,000. So that's 170 compared to 205.
Yep.
That in itself will tell you why we are losing affordable housing.
That's true.
very true.
No.
Yeah. That's the, well,
Right.
sorry.
So let's pick I'm going to pick Macomb County. Macomb County in Michigan is the northeast county that borders Wayne County. Very, very much more suburban than, of course, Wayne County is. So in Macomb County, let me see if I can find what these are. They don't, well, let's take this one anyway, because this is Oakland County. This is the one that I talked about
Mhm,
before,
mhm.
the northwest county that borders. And basically, basically they're they're bordered by I-75. So if you're on the east side of I-75, it's Macomb County. If you're on the west side, it's it's Oakland
Oh,
County.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so single family homes in July of 2020 that were sold were 2,080. In
That's a lot.
July of 2021, there were 1,627.
So they have an inventory issue as well.
Every
Yeah.
place in the country does.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, every place in the country does. So the average sales
Wow.
price, these are single family homes in Oakland County. The average sales price was about 352 in 2020.
Whoa.
And in 2021, it was almost 408,000.
That almost sounds like Marin County in California. Wow. Really?
Yes. Condos, closed condos in July of 2020 in Oakland County, Michigan were 383. And in July of 2021, there were 342 that sold. And those average sale prices in 2020 were about 223,000. And in 2021 were 276,000. So that still is a huge increase for 1 year's time.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yes. Anyway, I just thought that was kind of cool to make that comparison.
Well,
What-
it is.
It is interesting. What is the population of that area? I mean, is it
Oh, it's
in
huge.
Detroit? There's a lot of, for
Well,
some reason, I
Detroit's
don't see it as,
population is not as big as it used to be. When we had the big crash, I'm going to say that Detroit's population probably decreased by 50%. I
Wow.
don't know the actual numbers,
Right.
but it decreased tremendously.
Wow.
Yes. A lot of people went to warmer climates or went to where they could find jobs because, of course, you know, if the way it used to be in Michigan is if the auto industry was healthy, Detroit was healthy and the surrounding areas. If the auto industry was not healthy, then Detroit and the surrounding areas was not healthy at all.
right.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Right. That
yeah,
makes sense. Yeah.
Well,
But
and
now
you mentioned
Detroit has
I-75.
diversified a lot.
Yeah.
There are a lot of financial and upstart tech businesses in the city of Detroit now. They have done a really good job over the last 10 years of diversifying that work group
Business, yeah.
and income group.
Yeah.
The Co-America has done an amazing job in downtown.
Yep.
They
Yeah.
really have. Yeah.
Yep. And that's also the headquarters for, oh gosh, I can't think of it now. It didn't start out with that name, but they Rocket Mortgage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
they're I remember where their very first office was in Michigan. Anyway, so their headquarters are there. There's also a huge computer company who has a big high rise where their headquarters are. Those names I can't remember, but that owner also owned, because he couldn't buy the hockey team in Detroit, he bought a hockey team in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes. Now I'm
Yeah.
drawing blank.
So
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
You
though.
know,
Yeah.
so those companies and the Illiches, because
Yeah.
they you know, they have done so many good things for the city of Detroit.
They have.
They've restored the opera house, they've restored the Fox Theater. It's, I mean, I've watched Detroit because we've been there so long. I've watched it in many different phases and it's in a much better place today.
I remember doing a basketball game in the old Cobo Arena. And boy, that's when you didn't want to walk around Detroit, to say the least.
Well,
it
but you got to remember that Detroit is full of different neighborhoods with different personalities. So I've worked in Detroit all the time that I worked in real estate. So if you knew where you could be,
right.
it was okay.
It's
And
like
I
any
think
big
any big
city.
city is
Yeah.
like that.
That's
Yeah.
definitely.
You know,
definitely.
I mean, you just have to use your God-given sense to be smart about where you are and who you're with.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. This would have been, when was it? 78. And and it was right before we went to ESPN. And we were playing Bowling Green. And as it turns out, one of the guys I was working with, his brother, Craig Nettles, was with the New York Yankees. So we were going to a Tiger game. We get off. I was driving a Renta Pinto and get off the freeway. I have no idea where we were. And so driving to this gas station, very nice guy comes up to the car, and here's 4 of us, all happen to be white. And he leans in, he said, "Boys, where are you from?" And we said, "San Diego, sir." And he goes, "Roll the window up
Uh-huh.
and get off at the next exit." He was so nice, but it was like, okay. And we didn't know where we were. We're
And
just going to
by and
Tiger
large,
Stadium.
people are nice like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Midwest.
Yes.
No,
absolutely.
Yeah, all the difference in the world.
Yes.
Seriously.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I keep saying about Florida. I hope with all of this growth, Florida maintains its personality. Florida is a beautiful place to live. We are very fortunate to be able to be in a beautiful climate like this all the time. Florida is relaxed. It is congenial and courteous. And I hope it stays that way.
That would be nice.
That would be for sure.
I'm working on that. That's my prayer.
I-
So I wanted to talk about a couple of upcoming events since we have the time today also. Last week, we talked about our attainable housing, which is now called the St. Lucie Foundation,
Mhm.
part of our Realtor Association. Well, our annual golf outing event fundraiser is coming up September 17th.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes. It's called For the Cause. It's the 14th annual tournament. You can register. It's open to anybody to register. It is a fundraiser for our St. Lucie. Thank you. So the
They slip.
proceeds do go to that grant program, which helps people that qualify for down payment assistance.
Good. Where's the tournament being played?
Why isn't it on here? Let's see. I don't know, but I'll be there.
Wherever
Wait a
it
minute,
is.
there's a flyer. and it
It's
doesn't-
somewhere in
wait.
Port St. Lucie.
Oh, 4400 Fairwinds Drive, Fort Pierce.
Oh, it's on
for
Fairwinds.
pins.
Yeah.
At
Okay.
Fairwinds.
That's
Okay.
where we're going.
There you go.
That's
was
where
gonna-
she'll be.
September 17th.
Very cool. Good stuff. Yeah.
And if you'd like to participate, you don't necessarily have to have a foursome. You can sign up individually and they will
Put you
put
together.
foursomes together when they have to. Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah. My networking group is going to have a foursome there. So we'll
Oh,
have a
good.
good time.
So now what time?
It's
does
early
it
in the
start?
morning, of course. It starts at, I think this is, we're always there at 7 o'clock to set up. So the 7:30 is check-in time.
Makes sense.
And then they're out playing. Yes.
Fairwinds is a wonderful county course,
Oh,
and they have done a magnificent job with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's September 17th.
Nice. Nice.
And if you want any more information about it, just text me at 772-200-5105 and I can send this flyer to you. I'll take a picture and send it to you.
Good. All right.
The other thing I wanted to bring up is that Martin County Fairgrounds are going to have the Christmas Carnival of Lights this year.
that'll be fun. That's so
Yes.
close. It's amazing how close it is.
Oh yeah. Oh, how well I
Less
know.
than 2 months away now.
Yeah, you've been gathering for Christmas, right? So that's a lot of
Man.
roof.
So this is 800 feet of light displays at the Martin County Fairgrounds, which is on Dixie Highway
Mhm.
in Stewart. And it is going to be November 26th through December 19th. And this is a walking display. So
Oh,
you
that'll
get to
be
walk
nice.
It's
through it. That'll be a lot of
beautiful.
fun.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. I'm so glad they're going to be doing that because it says there will be an 800-foot walking tour of lights provided by the Fair Association, accompanied by Ferris wheel, carousel, and other kids' carnival rides. Santa's workshop will provide activities such as decorating ornaments, writing letters to Santa, pictures with Santa, and other fun holiday games.
All right. Intimate question. Does Jay Spicer of the Fair Association dress as Santa? Oh,
Oh, do we know
You mean,
that?
is he a Santa's helper?
I
don't know.
That's all right. He'll call me.
Yeah.
Good guy. Well, that's great. And so that's November 26th through the 19th of December.
Correct.
The walking
Yes,
tour
at the Martin County Fair.
fairgrounds.
grounds,
Yeah.
right.
So cool. Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
We always get out and drive around to look at everyone's decorations. It's always fun. We did that as kids.
Sure.
So
Mhm.
now we take mom. She loves it. We all do have a good time.
So we want to make sure that we extend this invitation out to anybody. If you really want to get some exposure for your community, if you love your community and what it's like and the personality of it, and you want to tell everybody about that, please contact us because we are always willing to feature communities on the show.
Yep. And speaking of communities, Florida Club,
Yes.
and you are in the public area of the Florida Club. Is that correct?
Right. Florida Club is a beautiful community that was started in the late 1990s. And they finished building the homes in there by about 2005. There are over 500 homes.
Wow. I didn't know it was that large.
Yes. There are two different gated sections in the Florida Club as far as the homes are concerned. So the homes are all gated. There's the lake section and the estate section. But the course is public and the course is absolutely spectacular. They rebuilt that course just about 4 years ago and it gets rave reviews all the time. So the Florida Club golf course is a public course. Anybody can come and play. They also have a summer program, which is just about ending now, I think, but they have special rates in the summertime when you join their summer program. So, and our office is right next to the driving range there. So, and the good thing about the Florida Club being such a beautiful community and being a public golf course is that your homeowner fees are much lower than they are in some other communities where golf is included or where the homeowners are responsible for maintaining the golf course. So that's another unique feature
Oh,
about
okay.
the Florida Club. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yes. Monthly fees, they pay them quarterly, but monthly they would range someplace between, I'm going to say about maybe 280,000 or $280 a month to maybe like 450. And 450 a month to be on an estate home. Some of those lots are half acres. Those are beautiful big homes, 3,000 and more square feet, 3-car garages. So the properties in the Florida Club go all the way from 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2-car garage, 2-car attached garage, villas, duplex villas. So they have an attached center wall, but those are all poured concrete DeVasta properties.
Oh, Devasta. Okay.
Yes, 6-inch poured walls.
Yeah.
So you have no idea that you are sharing an interior wall with a neighbor.
We could all move in together.
2
We would-
bedrooms.
Yeah. Well, it'd be kind of
Well,
tight.
that would be a
Yeah.
little tight. but-
So the Capris are 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2-car attached garage. That's the smallest property in there. And they start at about 1,500 square feet. And then we go all the way up to the big estate homes, which are sometimes 4 bedrooms plus a den. 3 or 4 bathrooms, 3-car garages, 3-car plus garages. You can have a private pool on any property in the Florida Club, although there is a community pool in the Florida Club also. Florida Club offers for their owners, they have community pool, they have tennis courts, bocce, or not bocce, what's the?
Oh, the
Pickleball.
pickleball.
Pickleball, thank you, pickleball.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Beautiful sidewalks to walk on. So a lot of people walk and bike in that community. And it is very convenient to 95. So it's a great location right off of Canner Highway. The construction is completed on Canner Highway now. So it's a lot wider than it used to be. And you're just 2 minutes from getting onto 95 and going in either direction you need to go.
Nice. I'll be down that way next week for high school football, South Fork.
Oh,
Very
okay.
good. Yeah,
Fort
that's
Pierce
not
Central
far.
and South Fork. next
Yeah.
Wow,
week.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Not far away.
Not far away at all.
right. So we just wanted to give a little bit of information about our communities that we love so much before we went out of time today. I don't know that we're going to get to listings because Paula's going to tell us a little bit about her community also, which is also a very beautiful community.
Very nice.
And
Yeah.
they're kind of,
Opposite
spread out,
directions.
right? Opposite direction.
Yeah. I actually, our community is the River Place on the St. Lucie. It's a very unknown community, just about. Most people who come in and look around think they didn't have any idea it was there because it's off of St. James. It's not gated, but they're
Understated.
very understated, but
It's in the woods.
it's in the woods. Well, you can
part
either,
of it is,
you can either have a home that's on a lake, they call it. Where I come from, it's a pond. But anyway,
Don't
you
be
can have a
critical now.
water view home, or you can be against the preserve, which is what we are because we just like seeing the woods. But there's approximately 500 homes in the community
Right now,
right now.
but they're still building in there.
Yeah,
I was
there's
gonna say, wow. that's
one
really
area of
cool.
the community that's still building. It's actually called Echo Village. That's a townhouse community, townhome upstairs, downstairs, and very nice with a lot of energy efficient
Features.
That's the word. So that's a very nice community. That's one of them. And then Adams has built a new community in there as well. There's oh goodness, I want to say
There are villa condos also.
villa condos.
Back on the back over there.
And the rest are single family homes, starting in around the 1,500 square foot and up to the majority of them are about 2,400 to 2,500 square feet. So it depends on the home. Most of them have 2-car garages, and we do have a community pool. We also have access to the river. So we have a boat ramp and a dock, and we also have a kayak launch. So you can take advantage of the river very easily in our community. And
And shopping right across the street. at
shopping
Publix.
across the street, not too far from Publix. And there's a new 7-Eleven, if that's a good thing for you. right next door to Publix. So
There was a city council candidate last time around who just railed against that because he lived there.
and yeah.
It's going, there is a 7-Eleven going right outside our project. You know,
Yeah.
I'm thinking, oh,
Well,
wow.
that
Wow.
you've got to, that's all on commercial. It's
Yeah,
not
oh,
in the
yeah.
community, but
Exactly. Yeah.
so the community is really nice. It's a nice big pool. There's actually a city park within our community that has a playground for the children and ball field and soccer field. So, for the people who come in with children, they have an area to go to play. And it's a very friendly community. There are a lot of people that have animals, dogs. I meet most of my friends or most of my neighbors when I'm walking the dog, and a lot of physical activity, walking, biking, that kind of thing. So it's a very
Yeah,
nice
it's another
community.
very large community that you can do plenty of biking and walking on.
right.
And your next door neighbor is Oxbow.
yeah,
a
it's
gorgeous,
a beautiful,
Gorgeous walking.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. That's a
Yep.
great area.
Yeah. I
So
love it.
Paula, can you tell us just like, average, low price to high price, what the properties are selling for now?
Right. Right now the majority of the properties are between I think the lowest would be around 300 and the highest is about 325, 330.
Those are for the single family homes.
Single family homes. I'm thinking in the 200s for the townhouse communities. The one nice thing is that our HOA fees are, we had an HOA and a CDD we had to pay separately, but they've now combined them and they're running about $100 a month. So that's pretty,
Which is very affordable.
Yeah.
very
No
affordable.
kidding.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
So it's a great community, very friendly and quiet. So
Right. And before I forget, in the Florida Club, those prices range right now somewhere near 400 to about 700.
All right. Well, have a great
We are
week.
out of
and
time.
We'll
thank
see
you.
you next week.
All
All
right.
right.
You
Have a
too.
good one. Thank you.
Eileen Simons, Paula Brady, right here on My Dream Home Radio Show, right here on WPSL, Port St. Lucie. Talk of the Treasure Coast, webcaster to the world, and WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station.